We often catch ourselves thinking, why is she so successful and I'm not? But what we don't realize is that her journey and ours are completely different. If a fish spends its whole life wishing it could fly like a bird, it will always feel like it as not good enough, even though it can swim across the entire ocean. With social media today, this habit of comparing ourselves has grown even stronger. We see someone else's highlight reel and suddenly feel like our own lives are small. We forget our own strengths and talents, and little by little, this kind of thinking pushes us towards sadness and hopelessness. That's why today's story is for anyone who has ever thought, I'll never be as good as them. Once upon a time there was a small village near a forest. In that village lived a boy named Ethan. He was hardworking and kind, but he carried a habit that always made him unhappy. He constantly compared himself to others. When his friend Liam got the best grades in class, Ethan thought, I wish I were as smart as him. When he saw his wealthy neighbor Ryan, he thought, I wish I had money like him. Even when someone ran faster than him, Ethan would sigh, why can't I do that? These thoughts drained his joy. He couldn't focus on his studies. He stopped enjoying the things he once loved. All he could think was, I'll never be like them. One day, a wise old man named Grandpa Joe visited the village. Everyone respected him for his wisdom. Ethan approached him and said, Grandpa, I work so hard, but whenever I see someone better than me, I feel useless. It's like I'll never measure up. Grandpa Joe smiled and replied, Come to the oldest tree in the village tomorrow morning. You'll find your answer there. The next morning, Ethan met Grandpa Joe by the ancient tree. Look around, said Grandpa Joe. What do you see? Ethan glanced around and replied, There are so many trees, some tall, some short, some full of fruit, and some with none at all. Grandpa Joe chuckled. Now imagine if the apple tree compared itself to the coconut tree and said, Why am I so short? Or if the coconut tree wished for sweet apples instead of coconuts. How would that sound? Ethan laughed. That would be silly, Grandpa. Exactly, said Grandpa Joe. Yet isn't that what people do? This forest is beautiful because every tree is different. Life is the same. Each person has unique strengths. The apple tree gives fruit. The coconut tree gives shade and strength. Both are valuable. Then Grandpa Joe led Ethan to a pond. Fish swam gracefully in the water, while a bird soared high above. Now tell me, Grandpa Joe asked, if the fish wished to fly like the bird, would that be right? Of course not, Ethan said. Fish are meant to swim, and birds are meant to fly. Grandpa Joe smiled gently. Then why do you wish to be like someone else? You have your own path, your own gifts. Maybe you just haven't discovered them yet. Focus on those and move forward. Ethan's transformation. Ethan felt a shift in his heart. From that day on, he stopped comparing himself to others. Instead, he worked on his own strengths. Slowly, his confidence grew. Life became exciting again. Years later, with hard work and determination, Ethan built his own business. He became an inspiration to the entire village. And whenever people asked him, Ethan, how did you become so successful? He would smile and say, Never compare yourself with others. If a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it focuses on swimming, it can rule the whole ocean. Remember, the sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both light up the world in their own way. Find your path. Walk it with confidence. That's when true success begins.